person, so I decided to write a song.
Welcome to another episode of the Make Away Podcast. My name is Shek and I'm here with Sam Sessoms, former college basketball phenom, over 2,000 career points, over 500 career assists, one of the great scorers and passers in the history of college basketball, was one of 13 players ever to score over 2,000 points, 500 assists, and 200 steals, and whatever. He was one of those guys that whatever level he was on, who he was playing against, didn't really have much of an impact on what his game was. Followed his heart, started off his career at Binghamton, transferred to Penn State, got the big school experience, and then afterwards took a trip down to Coppin State to lead the team in scoring down there. How you doing, my boy?
I'm doing good, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. You just came back from overseas, right? How was that experience for you?
It was a good experience, bro. Just being overseas, just seeing a different perspective on life. It's real foreign. Like, you could tell you overseas when you're over there. You know, it's a language barrier, but people speak English everywhere. But just more importantly, just playing basketball, getting cheese to do that. You know, that's what we dream about.
So for the people that don't know, what country were you playing in, and tell them about all of that?
I started in Kosovo. It's a small country. They used to be a part of Albania. That's a more familiar country, but they branched off after a war in I believe early 2000s.
Okay.
Then I left there around January, finished the season off in Romania.
Okay.
It was solid. You know, I did what I needed to do in Kosovo. I had a buyout on my contract, so if I played good and another team from a higher level wanted me, you know, they could bring me aboard. So then I just went to Romania and finished there.
Do you feel like the competition was a lot different there than in college?
Yeah, and no at times. It's you got good people at every level: college, high school. I would say it was different in ways, but similar in other ways as well. Like I said, I was a rookie, so I wasn't at the highest level overseas you could be at. You know, I'm working my way up the ranks, but like I said, it was it was similar at times and it was different.
Do you feel because obviously when you were in college, as you got older, because you were a really good scorer all throughout college, but obviously when you got older, you started to take on different roles. I saw it was some years you started to pass the ball a lot more as well. Do you feel like your game has changed a lot over the course of the years?
Yeah, I don't think it changed. I think naturally I'm a scorer. I like to attack first. It's just you got to adjust the teams you're on. You know, my first year at Binghamton, I was the best scorer on the team. I played point guard, so I just had to shoot the most shots. When I was at Penn State, I jumped to the highest level in college basketball. So I still was one of the better scorers on the team both years, but it was one or two guys on the side of me that could score just as well, if not better. So just gotta adjust to your role, you know. But my game definitely developed. I'm able to see the game a lot differently. You know, that just comes with time and everything in life. You know, the more time that goes by, you just develop new things. But at heart, I'm just naturally a scoring guard. But I definitely added some other things to my bag of tricks.
Do you feel like there's anything that you haven't gotten a chance to show this year that you really want to be able to put on film as you're preparing for next year?
Yeah. I want to show teams next year more of my vision. For sure, I took on a scoring load on the teams I was on because I'm naturally a scorer. But I can see the floor really well. But I think I didn't. There was times where my vision wasn't the best. You know, I didn't put the best thing on film. But there was a lot of times I did. But I just want to show people that I could run a team, even if it's not me scoring the ball. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Yeah, no, definitely with today's game, because it's not like I already know from watching, you're a really good defender. You score the basketball really well, and even though like you said you felt like you haven't been the best passer or the best floor general that you could have been so far, you still averaged 5 assists all the way through college. You was still able to pass the ball throughout no matter what level you was on. So I feel as long as you just keep putting that right foot forward, you're gonna be able to get what you need to get out of the game anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me about high school. Obviously, you started off, and at some point you ended up scoring 55 points in the game. You don't do that just overnight.
Yeah, and I did that my senior year. So when I was at the peak of my high school career, But yeah, I went to Shipley. It was in a school in the Friends League. It's like out of city schools for real. I wouldn't say inner city Philly schools at all, but it was cool there, man. I took on a role. I took on a big leadership role my freshman year. That kind of got that scoring in me because I was like one of the better players. I had to score the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, I just got better at it. Then like my senior year, I scored 55. We lost though, but it was really more so like it was one of the biggest nights of the year, like a community night. Everybody from the school I went to was kindergarten through 12, so everybody came out to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It was my mom and my aunt birthday. They twins, January 26th. That's why I remember the date because it was their birthday. So I was trying to put on a show for them and do my thing. Unfortunately, we lost, but it was a vibe that whole night though.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, scoring 50 points, not too many people in the city have done that, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had any, really, outside of that one, do you feel like you had any memorable players that you had matchups with throughout high school?
Yeah, my senior year, probably my freshman year, senior year, we used to play against Muhammad Bamba, Cam Reddish, Brandon Randolph. They all went to Westtown. That was like a powerhouse school in the state. So we played them. I played against Chris Ings at Newman my senior year. DeAndre Hunter at Friends Century, Chuck Champion.
Mm-hmm.
It was a list of players in high school, but most of my competition came in AAU for sure. But I definitely played against a handful of talented players when I was at Shipley.
So I've been, on social media obviously, and there was a lot of like discourse on Twitter recently, basically saying like AAU is a bad thing for basketball right now in America compared to the other countries. What's your thoughts on like AAU culture right now?
I think it's in a good place, good space. A lot of the back and forth be coming from like the older generation and the younger generation. A lot of the older pros, they had their own way and it worked for them, so they just try to, you feel me? But the world changed. There's different ways to get money, different ways to get higher in life. Like we don't gotta take the same road. So I think once everybody get used to it, but the real basketball junkies be saying more so like the game of basketball, the way it's being played, like AAU don't instill those characteristics or traits that you need to be like a good player, teammate, and play the game the right way. It's more so how you look on camera, like what you wearing, people trying everything like do for self type shit. So it's like that's where the discourse is at, where people saying AAU basketball is bad. But on the flip side, AAU basketball, everybody in the NBA play AAU basketball. All the young stars that people talk about now, like Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, all of them, they play AAU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think the older generation just gotta, understand. It's different now.
Yeah, man. The biggest thing that I saw was a lot of them saying that it was too many games and not enough development.
Yeah, I seen that.
But my take on that obviously is like, at least with football, at least I played football. I can speak on. I played basketball. I wasn't good at basketball. With football, I feel like you get better more from playing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
And football.
Mm-hmm. Like I was talking to a coach last week, and when we were sitting down, one of the biggest things he said was like when you play in the state championship game, the teams that go to states, they play 15 games a year compared to the rest of us that play 10.
Yeah.
By the end of your high school career, they played 60 games. I done played 40. Like, think about how much more development they got playing the whole extra season. 2 seasons for it.
Yeah, I get that. I seen that take about the basketball thing. They say a lot of people are playing basketball more than they need to.
Mm-hmm.
I get what they're going at. They just gotta be more specific. They talking about as far as like playing meaningless basketball that don't help you develop as far as like the right way to play it. Like you just go to a random gym, play basketball. Nobody knows how to play the game, execute the spots you're supposed to be at. So it's kind of like you up there picking up bad traits.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, you do that game 100 times. Now you got 100 repetitions of bad traits that's not going to work at college or NBA level type stuff. So I think that's some people be saying. But then again, like you can also get better in those situations. You're working on your moves, So I get what it's saying. I heard, I forgot who it was, one of the older dudes who said that one. I think it was my agent. I seen it. And I get it, but like I said earlier, it's more so like, it's more than one way to like do things in life.
Yeah, man. Because the last post I saw, like, literally was on my way here. Somebody was like, Yeah, if it wasn't for him playing so much AAU basketball, Lonzo Ball, but got hurt so much. But I'm like, it's people who played before the AAU era, all the Greg Odens and all of them.
Right.
Their careers was derailed by injuries, and I don't want to hear the whole like, oh, they just put too much mileage on their body.
Yeah.
LeBron is playing till 40, bro. Sometimes it's kind of the luck of the draw when it comes to health.
Yeah, you can't really control where you hoop at. I mean, like, when you get injured, how you get injured. Like, now, like, I'm like a pro that come home and I play everywhere. Like, I be hooping in certain areas. I go to a gym, it might be 3 pros, and, like, the rest of the guys never play pros. But it's like, you got some pros that might be like, nah, I can't go there. I ain't trying to get injured. Like, bro, you get injured walking up your step. Like, if you gonna get injured, you gonna get injured. If you, like, you know, you can't say, I'm not gonna play here on Mondays and Wednesdays. And that means you cool
against pros, you get injured versus civilians anyway.
Yeah, so like it don't matter. You can't take 2 days off and assume like that's gonna decrease your chances. But you get injured anywhere you play, so I don't know.
And go back overseas and get injured the first day you get there, God forbid. But tell me about obviously your recruiting process out of high school. How'd you end up at Binghamton first off?
I had one offer coming out of high school. So at the end of my junior year, I had one offer coming out of high school. And it was more so like, I was just under-recruited, I was undersized, wasn't super athletic, so a lot of coaches were scared to like push that button on me. But I could always score the ball, so I ended up getting an offer from Binghamton University at the end of my junior year. I committed, signed my NIL or NLI thing, whatever, before the senior year started. Once the senior year kicked off, I was like leading the state and scoring, doing my thing. I had like high majors coming into play trying to get me to sign. But they tried to get me to get my release from Binghamton. But I just more like, try to be a loyal dude, stay close with the coach that recruited me. So I went there, and that's how it all kicked off. But my senior year, high major schools was coming into the play, but I already signed. So technically I had one offer. That's how my recruitment. But I was just undersized. Coaches were scared to push that button on me. And that's how that went.
I can really respect that. I mean, not too many people obviously would stay down and be like, no, this is the school for me, this is the program, I already envision myself playing there and just rock out with it. Because some people just look at it like, I'm going to just go to the biggest place that's calling. But at the same time, I like your approach that you took because obviously it worked out, one. And two, you envisioned yourself going there, like I said, and you saw what was available for you. A lot of people kind of just look at, like, this is the size of the school, this is the parties, this is this, this, and that. Not necessarily, like, their fit into a program or how well they'd be able to do there.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Everybody different, man. Some people stand on different principles and morals and all that, but I was just happy to go to school, bro, for free, for real. But it's just something about somebody reaching out first and being that first person to give you a chance to change your life. And it's up to you to, dictate how it go, but it's just something about somebody being the first person to, just in life, first person to help you out, get you off your feet, first person to give you money when you need it, first person to give you clothes out their back, food out their table. It's just something about that first person that just always stick with you, or stick with me. So that's what it came down to, and it was simple though. That's kind of how I grew up. And my family, my neighborhood, me, my friends and family, that's how we just always was, like, be loyal. Like, if you was here first, like you gonna be there last too, like, you know what I mean? So it was that simple for me when it came down to decide to stick and go to Binghamton.
So you was just getting into, your friends and family culture just now. If you could name, I'll say your Mount Rushmore, the most important people in your life when you was coming up before you got to college, before you started playing college ball. If you could name like the 4 people, your Mount Rushmore, the people that was the most important to you going into college.
Shit. My family like lumped into one, to be honest. I don't really love nobody more than the next. Like right now, I probably care for my little siblings more just because they're youngest, but they all grouped in one. So they was definitely...
So the siblings were going to give them the first head. You got 3 more.
Yeah, siblings was definitely the top, for sure. I'm putting my mom and them in that shit too. So my family
that's fair.
and my
that's fair.
one. Second, my high school coach, Coach Phil. He was in my life from like 8th to like 12th grade, 7th to like 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a crazy bond. He really like would spend hours, relentless hours with me in the gym, get me better each year. He was the head coach, gave me a chance to come in as a freshman, play 25 minutes a game, put me on that stage. It would be 2. 3 would probably be my AAU coach, or Marv Stinson, for sure. Or Marv Stinson. I played bottom ball as AAU basketball since I was a pup. Like 10 to like to now if I need. Him and my high school coach was like kind of on this. They in the same wavelength. I just was my high school coach more as I got older. But Marv Stinson, my family, Coach Phil. My last one, bro, it had to be probably my homies, to be honest. Can't really pick for one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really all I'm about, bro. My family, people, the always to help me in life with basketball, and my homies from my neighborhood I grew up with. That's definitely was like my Mount Rushmore of people. I ain't really grew up around too many people who like ain't too many people in my circle that like did what I did with basketball that I could lean on.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't too many people in my circle that really got a bunch of cheese or like legally or nothing. Like I ain't really come from that environment, so it would just be my family, basketball coach, and my homies. Like they the only people I knew in life for real.
Yeah. So with that, obviously having like a lot of like coming from an area where a lot of people wasn't really taking the path that you was trying to go on to, like it's probably a little hard knowing that like obviously everybody's rooting for you, everybody wants to see you do well. Like, do you feel like you had a little bit of inherent pressure, or was it just people just believing in you? How did that go?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel like I had pressure. But you don't really know about the pressure till you start getting older. Shit start dawning in. Clock's ticking. College career ending, you know. But I always knew I was like the hood favorite for sure. Like, it was clear since a youngin'. And once I got to high school, it really changed because I went to Shipley. So I'll leave at like 7 in the morning, come back 7 at night. So I had to like break off from my little friend group. But it wasn't more so like they looked at me different. It was more so like they understood what was going on. So when bad shit was going on, they'll try to keep me away from it. But me distancing myself also made them realize, pushed me more towards like being the chosen one. It definitely felt like it was pressure, bro, but I was just happy to be playing ball, bro, and now getting paid to play. I still feel like it's pressure on my back. A lot of people might be like, congrats on how far you came, what you done, I'm proud of you, but I ain't do shit yet in my head.
So yeah, no, that's very rap, man. I like that. That was one of them I had to just kind of let that sink in for a second. But do you feel like after you got to Binghamton, you know, you got that great experience your freshman year, really got to jump off the porch, got to take on a really heavy role, kind of like how you did your 9th grade year. Tell me about that transition from high school to when you got to Binghamton.
How was the transition from? That's just so, it's not that long ago, but it felt like forever. It was more so I had to learn how to work. Everybody tell you like I work hard, that's what I do. My AAU coaches since I was a pup, they'd be like, no, Sam work hard, Sam do this and that, he earn every day. But it's the way you do it. When I got to college, I did it at another level than I was doing it before. And that's only because I had a real good senior point guard on the team. He was a shooting guard, point guard. I started in the backcourt with him. J.C. Shaw, team captain, the greatest, like just a great overall person, great leader. Everybody got those type of people in their college team. But I come in practice, he drenched in sweat. Practice at 7 to 6:45, I'm coming to stretch. He drenched in sweat, already got his workout in. He was the best on the team when I got there. So then I'm like, damn, I ain't doing enough. So I just picked up what he was doing. I started showing up before everybody else got there. So by the time practice started, I already worked out, back-to-back workouts. But I wasn't doing that type of stuff in high school. I was just working out as much as everybody. I work out more than everybody, but in college, it's a whole nother level. Everybody that was doing what I was doing in high school, they doing that in college. That's how they got there. So now I got to find another way to separate myself. So that was like the hardest adjustment, just learning how to work hard, to be honest. Once you do that shit, basketball, once the game start, the whistle go up, ball go up, we just hoop. Everything you done put in hours when nobody's watching, that shit gonna show.
See, and that kind of make a lot of sense because when I was doing my little digging before the interview, one of the biggest things I saw was like consistently through your career, like you kind of always played a lot of minutes every game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you was always one of those guys that like you'll probably fit right in on the Knicks. You know what I mean? One of them dudes that don't get out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I just played like I was just in life though, bro. You gotta make yourself like you gotta make people feel like they need you. Like you can't really replace him. And I feel like I ran into a little hiccup at Penn State my second year where I felt like if it was somebody else that they could put out there, they would have, but they couldn't. I was overachieving. I was doing what I needed to do. I made them feel like that pressure. I felt like I ran into that little hiccup, but like I said, that just goes with the fact like you had 2 bad games in practice, they gonna feel that shit all week. I have a bad game, and none of my teammates gonna feel like the next day in practice. They not even gonna mention that game because I'm busting ass. So I'm just one of them dudes. I just work hard, bro. There's people that's better than me. Obviously, that's life. But put me in the gym with anybody, we competing, we working, and I ain't gonna look bad.
Yeah, and it's funny you said that too. It was actually a quote from Manu Ginobili. He said, if it's one goal that every hard-working basketball player should have is to make sure that any coach who doesn't play you or doesn't play you as much as they should lose their job. And it should only come from how hard you work and how much effort you put in on the day-to-day, how much you hustle and all of that stuff. He was like, that's what got him to have a long 10-plus year NBA career was the fact that, like, he made sure that, like, he was, like, the try-hard practice hero every day since he was 10 years old.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's how it is, bro. Basketball, football shit that we learn, that shit really translates to just life. That's how it is, though, bro. Like, you don't want... If me and you got a friendship going on, just me and you, right, bro? And, like, we stop being friends. And then, like, I start a friendship with somebody else and they just telling the world how good of a person I am or all this. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to get that energy. Make your energy be felt everywhere you go. And then, if anything, once our friendship ends, it's making you look like, damn, like, you having what you and Sam. Sam cool with everybody. Now, it turned into, like, it's something with you.
You're the only person to ever fall out with it.
So you just got to be yourself, be consistent, bro. And if that's your image on the court, field, whatever you do, like Ronald Ginobili said, if coach ain't playing you, once you get the opportunity, shine. Now niggas looking at the coach like, yo, what type of time you on?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Why'd you wait till game 10 to put him in knowing that as soon as he got in and giving us a dub every game?
So, yeah, I definitely agree with that. For sure, Ronald Ginobili said. That's a great quote. I never heard it before, though.
Yeah. Obviously, you went to Penn State. You got that experience. You got to be around a lot of great, basketball players, football players there.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that transition then from going from there to playing in the MEAC, obviously. You wanted it, change of scenery exactly. Tell me exactly what was going through your mind at that point. You was at the highest level of basketball, playing against some guys that's in the NBA now, obviously.
Yeah.
Tell me about what made you want to take that transition.
So, to transition from Binghamton to Penn State, I just felt like I did what I had to do at Binghamton. I'm like, let me see what the higher level is.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I could play anywhere, so I went to Penn State. It was cool. I did 2 years. I had a solid 2 years. I ain't do that sit-out year that people do. Because usually when you go from, like, low major to high major,
the red shirt.
That red shirt year, so you get acclimated to school if you need, but also practice on the field or on the court with these dudes for a year. And then by the time the game, something, it's not like, oh, shit. But I ain't even sit out. I played right away, got my waiver. My first year there, my junior year, I did cool. It was probably my downish year in college, but I was still playing 20-plus minutes, like 20-something minutes, lowest minutes, but like 21, 22 maybe. Then my senior year there, probably playing like 28 or whatever, but I did good. Was at the top for 2 years, played there. Then when I decided to go to Cobb and go back down to like Binghamton level, I was dealing with family shit. My little brother passed away.
Sorry, I remember I saw the Instagram video.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Appreciate it. My little brother passed away. I was just getting burnt out for being out there. My head coach got fired as soon as I got there my first year. So we had an interim coach to finish that year. Then the second year, a new coach came, whole new staff came. They didn't recruit me, but I was there. So for the first 2 years, only 2 years at Penn State, I was playing for coaches that didn't recruit me personally. Anyway, so when I went down, it was really because my family situation. I wanted to play with a coach that recruited me. And I just wanted to be closer to the crib, to be honest. And then on top of that, it was at HBCU. There was plenty of HBCUs, but that was the closest one to the crib at the D1 level. So I just wanted to test the water, see what that world was like. Yeah, that's what I did.
By then, you was already a seasoned vet, man. You came in there and you scored, 1,100 in the last 2 years or so?
Yeah, I was drawn at Cobbin. I did 1 year at Cobbin. I averaged like a dub. I was like 25 assists. I think it was like 5 and 5 actually. 20 points, 5 and 5. We ain't have a successful year as a team. Definitely not what I thought we would do. I was thinking, insert me. Shit easy. No, shit wasn't that easy. I ain't really handled that situation the best I could have. I start finding better ways to play with the team, help everybody else get better towards the later end of the season, but by then it was kind of too late. But I did well individually, but I wish the team would have more success as a whole, for sure.
What was your biggest lesson you got out of that, obviously?
At Coppin State? What was the biggest lesson I learned at Coppin?
That Coppin gave about it.
I think Coppin, I wouldn't say my game really grew, to be honest. Coppin, no disrespect to the coaching staff or me, it's more so like I didn't do what I should have done. It took me longer to like see it. I will always try to like. It's hard to explain right now. It's more so like basketball on film, X's and O's. Like I'm getting my little points and all that shit, but it might be affecting my wingman and his rhythm and all that shit. I'm shooting it efficiently, but now when they touch the pill, it's messing the rhythm up. It's easier for teams to key in on me and all that shit. So I wish I would have like seen it faster. I seen it towards the end of the season, but at first it's more so like, man, I worked more than all y'all motherfuckers. I'm shooting that shit. I ain't listening to none of y'all. Like just being a asshole in a way, but they couldn't really say nothing because I worked. Like I'm one of them dudes, so it's like it's kind of like you gotta let some shit slide. But I wish my eyes would have been open more so to like just getting off the pill, getting dudes involved more. I probably could have scored 15 a game, got 8 assists, and we would have been more successful. But it's like more X's and O's. It's hard to explain on camera.
See, and the thing about that is, as much as like it was like high level, it made a lot of sense too at the same time because you kind of see that in all different sports and all different levels too. Like, I definitely understand that for sure. Yeah, I feel like maybe that probably plays into the way you approach your game now, probably the way you approach the pro game now, where it's like I gotta make sure I'm playing like more into the system and still doing what I do. I'm still being myself and still scoring or whatever I have to do. But if I know I have this type of guy on the team, like it's gonna open up. I'm just gonna open up the game for me more. I'm be able to get more high percentage shots if everybody else is able to eat. Because I was gonna ask you about this in a second. I've been watching because last 2 years obviously I've been I'm a CC fan watching Iowa women's basketball, and I'm watching her for the Fever, bro. Obviously I watched every game so far, bro, and there's one thing I noticed, bro. Like as soon as she crossed half court, they jumping off that. So I'm just sitting there like, damn, man, like Aaliyah Boston right there. She like one of the best pick and roll players, but I feel like they just running the coach's offense and running this like this is what the offense is. We gonna have to do it, and not kind of playing to the strength of the players. Because I'm used to watching her playing like Steph almost, like, coming off of the double screen, just keep coming off of multiple screens until she open, and then getting the look she want, and then still being able to make up like she made like 4 of those outlet passes, and none of them joints connected because they're not playing at the same speed. Like all of that stuff, I'm kind of getting from what you're saying too, where it's like your visual. All right, this is the way we could have been playing, and this is the way we are playing, and it's really not meshing. Yeah,
no, I feel you for sure. That's definitely how it is. But I think Kate Carter's situation, she just went from college to the league.
In 2 months.
She's not going to look like that anyway. Not too many people in the world go from college, top of the world, then go to the NBA and do the same shit right away. So I think
40 on back.
I think she needs time to grow, definitely. But I get what you're saying for sure. That's basically like the same situation I was saying. She's probably still learning as well, bro. It's not that simple for her. Like she got bigger people guarding her now, stronger woman. she ain't been there for 4 or 5 years to get the trust of her teammates for them to just set screens for her and not want to shoot. There's a lot of shit that goes into that, but I definitely feel what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man. I didn't, and the thing is, I watched WNBA basketball games before, but I never really was like that tapped in.
I mean, you and everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else in the world too.
Yeah.
But I'm really peeping. I'm like, yo, like I always like, cause I watch Breonna Stewart. Oh yeah, she's a bucket. She that. And then I'm really watching. I'm like, bro, she's really like a big guard playing with them. Like, it's not like she's 6'4" and like she's like a forward or a big down there like how typical 6'5" women is. Like, she really like a big guard down there playing up top, really plucking people and all that.
Breonna Stewart, she one of the goats, bro. She one of the goats in women's basketball.
Yeah.
College, I think she got like 3 national champions or something.
Yeah,
I don't want to say the exact number and be wrong, but she one of the goats for sure. Women basketball evolving, bro. They getting the recognition they deserve. Hopefully, it keep going up.
Yeah, I'm actually going to New York next week. I'm going to the Liberty versus the Sky game next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Liberty versus Angel Reese.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little movie.
Yeah, no, me and my man, he like as soon as the tickets dropped the one day, he was like, yo, bro, it's like I think it was like $500,000 for like to be on the first level and all. And I'm like, yeah, bro, grab those. Had to grab those. I think the same seat's going for like a bean something right now too. Like I caught him on a good day. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I might do that. For real, when is it? When that game?
Thursday night, 7 p.m.
This Thursday?
Next week Thursday. Wait, no. 2 days from now.
It's
Thursday.
in New York.
Yeah.
I wish they had a weekend game. I'd go on a little date with a nice little lady. To one of them games. That'd be lit. I actually want to do that.
Yeah, no, bro.
You just gave me a good idea.
Yeah.
Next date. Anybody want to go on a date to the WNBA game?
Yeah, man. I was even looking at like our DC driving distance. Maybe I might go watch CC play against DC. DC tickets starting at like 3 something.
Yeah, and you in DC.
Mm-hmm.
But then again,
it's like a nice little weekend.
You watching the Chicago Sky versus the Fever. Like Fever tickets are just higher right now.
Yeah.
Just because Caitlin Carter, even though Angel Reese, her marketing is not, I won't say the same, but she's there.
I mean, player official, like numbers wise, bro, she's technically right now like as much like I guarantee if I look at the numbers right now, like voting wise, CC probably like #1 rookie of the year voting, but
yeah, for sure. But
if you look at like the player efficiency rating and all of the advanced stats and shit that I just saw him on Twitter the other day, Angel Reese is #1 in almost every single joint. It's crazy. So
like that.
I can't wait to see her play in person because I was a big fan of her when she was in college too.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your thoughts on that exactly because I was about to get into that. Last year with the whole women's national championship game, it was almost the thought like, yo, why are women like that's unlady? Like, why are they trash talking? Why are they shit talking? Why are they doing this and that? But just 2 days ago, Anthony Edwards goes out and he waving off the crowd and he talking all crazy and he clapping in people's ears and all of that. And we
no backlash.
And we like looking at him like he a hero almost. We call him Jordan for being a trash talker. Where Angel Reese popping in somebody's face and now all of a sudden she's a monster and she's a villain of that. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's just how women are perceived to be in the world, how men are perceived to be in the world. Some things are good for women to do. Some things are more acceptable for women to do. Some things are more acceptable for men to do. Both men and women can do whatever they choose, and people should be treated the same no matter what. But that's just how gender roles and all that shit play a part in. But me personally, I think if women want to pop their shit when they playing sports, they should be able to do it and not be like getting teared down. I just don't like how the aspect is when women talk shit in sports. African American women, it turns real negative because a lot of women players do it that are not women of color. They don't get the same backlash. So I think African American women in sports are dealing with a double negative, being women talking shit, and also like African Americans like, yo, calm down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's fair. I think when Angel Reese did, like she's from Baltimore. She's playing with heart and her heart, everything. She loved the game just as much as the male players do. So they should be able to express themselves and compete just like men. But that's just the way of the world, bro. Women's sports are on the way up, so
Yeah,
I think eventually it won't be that big of a deal if women are talking shit while they play sports.
I'm about to say that it's at an all-time high right now. In regards to their sneaks, do you think you will? Because I know I seen like the Sabrinas, they just look like another pair of Kobe's.
Yeah, I grab Sabrina for sure.
You know, it's just hard. I'm not gonna lie.
I grab hers for sure. One of my teammates overseas had them Jones. It was cool. I was thinking about grabbing a pair for sure. I definitely grab them. They nice. I tried them on.
Who's?
Sabrina. Man, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think AJ Wilson coming out with a shoe.
Yeah, AJ Jones coming out next year. I think CC Jones coming out probably next year.
That should come out soon. But yeah, I mean, I don't know for whose shoe it is. That should feel comfortable and it's a ball sneak. I'm wearing it if I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna really get caught up into whose shoe it is. I don't really care, but I wouldn't not wear it because it's a woman WNBA player sneakers. You know what I mean?
As long as they making the men's sizes right.
Yeah. Feel me?
No, that's dope. Tell me about that last experience. Now you know you got done with your college experience. You did everything. Everything is under the bridge at this point. Tell me about what made you go overseas, and tell me about that first week or that first month that you got there.
I went overseas, bro. Cause basketball, the thing I'm best at in life, and that's my goal to gain money. Basketball has been helping navigate me through life since I was a pup, so I'm gonna keep using it as much as I can till my body can't give no more. But I'm gonna collect some cheese before my body go up. That's really the only reason. This shit really for basketball, bro, to provide for my family. And but my first week overseas I was just taking it all in. I ain't have as much time to like really take it all in and just experience it. Cause as soon as you get there, you gotta hop in that fire. You gotta show the foreigners like this ain't sweet, bro. Like I know you been here. This your city, your country, and all that. But like they brought me here for a reason, so you gotta go there and chop shit fast. You can't really like, hey, bro, like show me, like you feel me? So it was a little different, but it was cool. I was able to adjust. My first team I went to in Kosovo. A great group of guys. They all like good people too. All around, we all were around the same age group, so we just had a good time. They were good dudes, and my second team was like that as well. So it was easy, but it was super competitive, nerve wracking at times. But like I said, once you get in between the lines, that shit like
basketball.
Yeah, it don't matter what you are, where you from, how big, how small. That work gonna show. So I was cool.
Out of all the overseas leagues, so like I think. You know, you if you say you was in, like, let's say league like tier number 1, whatever have you, which league are you trying to get into going into this year?
There's so many different levels, bro. Like so many different leagues overseas. I just know as I finish making a certain amount of cheese in a solid league, okay league next year, I would like to target.
Because I heard there's a lot of good money in like the Asian countries.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with the Asian Chinese market. Not yet, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But they definitely got cheese. But I'm staying in Europe for next year. I finished around a certain salary range. I'm trying to
get bumped up.
Be bumped. Yeah, that's the ideal. Go get bumped up for sure. Be around. I'll stay in that same range if the league is better, and if I do well, then my money get double, triple, whatever the case may be. But it's so many leagues, I can't really rank them off, bro. It's like so many leagues, I can't really explain. I know I was in Romania, but I would, if I could pick, if I do like name drop a league, it would be like the Germany league, BBL. It's the top league out of Germany. Okay. If I could get there, that would be ideal. Mm-hmm. If not, shit don't stop. Just get there.
Yeah, I remember I was out to get wings the one night. I was with my cousins and I looked up at the TV at the little restaurant, the little bar, and I'm like, oh damn, that's the British basketball league. John Quade and them was playing that.
BBL, like it's like that's they in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not Europe, but it's like there's so many different aspects to the leagues and all that. Like can't really explain. Like that's a good league. Some countries don't respect it.
Mm-hmm.
The first country I was in, a lot of countries don't respect it. The second country I went to, more countries respect it. Like it's just all about where you go. You go out the Middle East, been out there your whole career, and you try to go to Europe.
They're gonna be like,
we don't care about that shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like it's so many different markets.
Politics and market.
Yeah, bro. So, but like I said,
as long as the check's clear, right?
As long as it clear, and they don't clear in every place you go to for real. Sometimes that should be like like in Greece, they always late on checks, but it's like a beautiful place. But Greece known for being late with money.
Yeah.
1-2 months. So y'all losing. Fuck around, I get paid. As soon as y'all win, that shit clear. It's like weird, but me, bro, I'm trying to go to. I would love to go to Germany BBL for sure.
Yeah, one of my homies actually. I didn't know until I got to college that like European football is actually like a real big thing.
Yeah.
And a couple of my college teammates is over there right now. One of my teammates playing Hamburg, and I think it's in Germany right now.
Yeah.
And the other one playing for another team in Germany as well. No, I think one is in Germany, one is in like Poland or something like that.
Yeah, alright, that's dope. I don't really keep up with football, though, to be honest, so. But if it is, that's dope.
Yeah.
I know they starting to do international games over the waters and all that shit with football, but yeah, that's dope, bro. I don't keep up with football at all.
It's too much.
NFL, none of that. I really don't. I don't have a team.
You got your own thing going on right now too, though.
Yeah, to be honest, but I've definitely been hearing about football growing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know, like football not as popular as basketball
internationally,
but shit, the more leagues they open up in football overseas, they get that shit popping and more. There's plenty of dudes that play college football that's talented, but it's not enough roster spots and not enough overseas basketball. There's thousands of people doing that shit that's getting cheese, but like there's thousands of football players that they don't have the leagues.
There's not enough places to go.
Yeah, so I think that would be dope for the football guys for sure.
If you had to think of one NBA player right now that like your game mimics the most of right now, who do you think you would pick?
Like Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet when he's on the Raptors. I don't really tap into much when he's on the Rockets, but Fred VanVleet.
That's a very interesting one. I don't think I've ever heard nobody ever get compared to him before. I like his game a lot though.
Yeah, I mean I'm comparing based off body type, the way he play and all that shit. What I look like saying like Russell Westbrook. I ain't talking shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But Fred VanVleet, bro. Little CP3. Yeah, Fred VanVleet, CP3. This nigga named Mike James overseas. He like to go overseas. Little guard, 6'1", 6'2", but he's just different. I'll try to get like him too. He OD though. But NBA, Chris Paul and Fred VanVleet for sure.
Yeah, if there's one thing I like about VanVleet game, man, good passer, really, really good shooter. Do you feel like there's certain parts of your game that you need to really add to before, like, you know, let's say you have a 3-year, 5-year career overseas?
Defense, probably my defense. Improve on defense. They be trying to have you play full court. But we're there full court defense. I ain't do that in no college or nothing. So I just gotta train my body to be able to do that and give the offensive output I usually do. So that's some shit I gotta start working on now. As far as improving, bro, I gotta improve on everything though. Like my shit already cash, but it could be with cashing type shit. Like I could pass, but it could be better. Everything, bro. I work on everything when I come home in the summertime. So, but if my shit could get like cash, I'm gonna get cheese. Well, my shit cash though, but it's like I don't know how to explain it. If I could pick anything, it would be defense. But shooting wise, because I'm already super efficient. But if I could be way more efficient, bro, it's gonna be OD. So I'll pick that.
Tell me about like your thoughts about being able to get to the line compared to college versus now. Do you feel like you get to the line as much as you want to?
Yeah, I'm more of a driver though. Like I can score on every level. But the rim, mid range, 3. But I prefer to drive. So I'm real good at finishing. I wasn't at the highest level overseas, so I ain't really feel a difference. I ain't really feel like I couldn't go down there. But I would still get fouls and all that, bro. But the higher level I go up overseas, I'm gonna have to start getting Florida's up. Probably don't go that deep. You feel me? But I don't think it's that hard right now. But it will be in the future.
Overall, do you feel like like if let's say in the Magic world, some NBA scout or the top scout in Europe end up seeing this because they Google your name, look you up. If it's one pitch you had to make to them right now to say like this is why you should get me, this is why I'm gonna make your team better, help you win a championship, what would be like your 1-minute elevator pitch to them right now?
I think I'm going to get the guys better in practice, for sure. I'm available. I don't take days off. I fight through pain. I'm going to get the guys better in practice. I'm not a cancer to the team. I'm cool with everybody. You can be jokey, friendly, serious, whatever you want. I'm not like somebody that's gonna break the locker room apart. I'm easily liked. I work hard. On the court, I care about the game a lot. I ain't soft. I'm gonna play hard. I see the passion over the fans have from certain countries and cities, and I'm gonna match their energy. Just cause if I see them screaming for me, that shit gonna get me amped up. So I just feel like I'm a good guy. I'm a good person. My exact picture be I'm a good person in general, just in life. I work hard. I'm gonna play to the best of my abilities. Healthy for the most part, and I'm gonna get my teammates better. That's really it.
No, man, I'm definitely excited. Is there anybody specifically that you're working out with now that you came home? Is there any places where you're gonna train? I know football players. A lot of people go down to Florida or whatever have you, or go out the city. Is there any?
No, I work out in the city with my old head Lou Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning we go at a different time every morning though, so you're never gonna catch me there at the same time. I'm there different times every morning. But Lou Leonard, I work out with him. That's like my trainer. I work out with him every day. I be tapping in with Chuck Ellis.
I heard him.
I be tapping in with Chuck Ellis a couple days a week. I just came home, but those are two guys I'll probably be in the gym with, but consistently every day is Lou Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
Lou Leonard basketball on Instagram, or Lou Leonard workouts on Instagram. So if any youngins watching that play ball, trying to get better, or they like my game, tap in with Louis for a small little fee. You feel me?
For a small little fee, because it's not going to be for free. Come on, man. I really appreciate you coming down here, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to be tapped in more. I'm starting to get my little more in depth on basketball. I'm starting to learn more about the little overseas leagues, because I got homies that's playing overseas now. But I'm going to definitely start, trying to keep tabs on, where you playing and where you know.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hoping for the best. Obviously, I always root for everybody from the city at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But everybody, I'm going to throw his socials underneath. Make sure you like and comment and subscribing. Make sure you follow his socials as well. Stay in tune for all of the different cool things he got coming up. With football season coming around, we got a lot of real good stuff that we about to bring to you guys. But a lot of the basketball players is coming back around too. All of the overseas guys coming back. All of the guys who, I got a couple guys that's in the NBA. The hard part with them is dealing with agents, bro. But as long as the paperwork gets sent back and forth, hopefully I'll get a couple of those real good interviews out for y'all. But like I said, guys, I really appreciate everybody that tuned in, and stay tuned for more.
I couldn't tell you in person, so I decided to write a song.